Dryden Gold has just released final results from its 2025 drilling program, revealing that the company has more than tripled the strike length of its flagship Elora gold system. Here to discuss a lot more details with us is Maura Kolb, president of Dryden. Maura, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
So, as we've said, tripling the strike length here of your Elora gold system is definitely something to talk about. What is, giving you confidence that the system could extend even further from this point?
Well, it's really exciting to look back and see where we started, only a year ago, having an idea that maybe there could be a secondary shoot at Elora, and then starting to test that. We named it Pearl. I think it originally started as an intersection target. It's just nice at the end of the year, and Christmas tree behind me, to start thinking about, how much we've accomplished this year. And you asked why we think it can extend. Well, we really haven't tested Pearl at all at depth. Most of our drilling in this whole project has been quite shallow, so we've really just been trying to understand the strike extent, but there's a big opportunity below us as well. And then the infill of these stacked structures, hanging wall and footwall to the zone, that's where it really gets exciting too, when you look at the map and how it's filled in from 3 different zones in the Gold Rock camp to now, oh my goodness, I've lost track of the number of different stacked structures there.
And so far from what you've found here, are you maintaining economic grades as you step out from core discovery areas?
Yeah, what's really interesting here is that these hanging wall footwall structures are pretty close by. So I know, they vary in exact meterages apart, but, anywhere from 15 to, 30 meters apart from each other. Now, they're not economic down their entire strike, which kind of makes sense in these systems. They're kind of nuggety, and you typically have a reason for a concentration, so you get more like shoots or pods in them, and we're seeing that on all of them. I've been working with the team to do detailed long section, contoured long sections on all of these new zones that we found. So there's quite a few. It's taken us a little bit, but we're chugging through that. And that's one of the things I hope to have kind of out by the end of the year. But we are seeing clusters of good economic grades within those as well. So it's really starting to make more of these pods of economic mineralization within the Gold Rock camp, which means more economic ounces potentially in the same footprint. So it's pretty exciting. It's nice to see it coming along. I know when I first started looking at the zone, I was a little cautious. I said, okay, we're going to have to be really good at understanding the controls of the high grade so that we can predict it, so that we don't kind of have to gunshot this. We really want to be able to focus in on where the high grade should be and not just drill off the whole thing. So it's kind of exciting to have more of these zones and starting to understand each of them and their characteristics so we can target them all. Lots of targets. That's always a good thing.
Well, when it comes to depth potential, currently most holes are above 200 meters depth. What's the strategy for testing down dip in 2026?
So we're trying to learn from each of the zones, especially on the Elora where we have the Jubilee zone. We've drilled the deepest on that, trying to figure out the patterns there, see if they match the other zones that we found. So I think they'll be quite similar on Pearl. We see that kind of more like shoot-like, a vertical sort of structure I have the pink color, but the 10 to 30 gram meters. And then the very wider, higher grade sections, those seem to be more horizontal. So we believe that that'll be the same sort of pattern along at Pearl, along that whole Elora shear zone. And now as we're trying to do our contoured long sections on the hanging wall structures, we're seeing similar, more horizontal, the highest grade pods are looking the same sort of trend. So that's positive to see. It isn't something totally different. It's still part of the same shear system. So that makes it easier to predict, which is great. And then, we're just getting ready to talk about the mud lake testing that we did. So, what have we learned at Gold Rock, and how does that expand onto other targets within the strike and the bigger footprint?
Well, now, Maura, can you walk us through the catalysts coming up? Final results this year are done with. You've got a fully funded program for next year coming up. Walk us through what investors have to look forward to.
Well, this year in 2025, we had the kind of 4 catalysts, 4 main goals. So Gold Rock, expanding that. I think this last press release really shows quite an accomplishment and how we've grown this and we've been able to show more economic mineralization within the same footprint. So that's great for Gold Rock. Then the next and kind of still outstanding catalyst, the results we haven't released yet, are from Mud Lake. We did 4 drill holes there, but we also expanded the mapping footprint. Based on some of the interpretation from last summer, we actually also mapped north of that where we believed the mineralized structures would continue and hit a wide shear zone. So I'm excited to get that interpretation out. That should be coming, hoping to get it by next week, but very soon in the very near future. So a nice pre-Christmas present. And then we were successful at Sheridan with some really interesting results. We're following up on that. Hyndman, I'm so excited that we made a discovery and it actually is drill ready. You never know when you find a rock on the side of the road, whether it's going to be exciting or not. And to have made that discovery back in 2023 and now be able to start drill testing it for our 2026 program, it's pretty exciting. So you'll start to see, with the Christmas tree behind me, it comes really quick the end of the year. So I know it'll be a kind of hot and heavy fast end of the year with some Mud Lake results. We're going to work on exactly what we want to do for 2026, get that out as well. So there'll still be a few more press releases and some more news flow from Dryden before the new year. And then we plan on hitting the ground right off the bat with drill testing at Sheridan and Hyndman. So it's going to be an exciting 2026 as well.
I believe it. Dryden Gold is always busy in the news cycle.
We don't slow down.
Maura, thank you for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
Dryden Gold is DRY on the Venture Exchange. You can also find the company on our website. Make sure you check out CEO.CA/DRY to see what other investors may be saying. Thanks for watching.